Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're out here with Shadowfax again. It's a sunny day, but it's actually not very warm. It's actually kind of chilly out. But here is Shadowfax, and he's a filthy, filthy guy who's been in the mud. I did give him a bath, I swear, but, you know, he rolled in the mud and he's biting my arm. Bad boy. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about blanketing. So I'm going to do 3 videos on blanketing. Hi, Tequila. And those 3 videos are going to be today's video, which is going to be what is blanketing and what are the benefits of blanketing. And the video after that is going to be should you blanket or should you not blanket? Weirdo, scratching your neck. Weirdo, weirdo. Yeah, weirdo. Anyway, so the second one is should you blanket or should you not blanket your mini horse? And the third one is going to be on measuring your mini horse to ensure you get the correct size blanket. There's nothing more annoying than having to return blankets 6 times because you keep ordering the wrong size. So, today we are going to just talk about what is blanketing and the benefits of it. So, blanketing refers to putting a sheet, blanket, or rug on your mini horse, okay? That's what blanketing is. They are basically horse jackets, okay? Horse sweaters, horse clothing, kind of. And there are a few different kinds of blankets. There are fly sheets. Fly sheets are designed to keep the bugs off. So if you have a mini horse that's really getting eaten alive by the bugs, you might want to get something like fly sheets because they cover the entire body and up through the neck. You can get matching masks and boots just to keep the bugs off your mini if that is a problem for you. They also make rain sheets. Rain sheets are when it's pouring and you want to keep your mini horse dry. That will help keep the rain off your mini so he can be out in the rain, having a good old time, enjoying himself. They also make light sheets. Light sheets don't keep them warm and they are very breathable and water can penetrate them, but they do keep your pony clean. So light sheets are really common on show horses. So if your mini horse frequently goes to shows, you probably are going to have a light sheet to keep him clean when you're going to the show, because otherwise your mini horse is going to get dirty, especially if he's a little white guy like this one. Yeah, you're dirty. You're a good boy though, and we love you. I don't have snacks right now. That's what he's camping out for, snacks. And look at that face. Look at how dirty he is. You weren't this dirty this morning. Don't even ask. We're not even worrying about it. So after light sheets, you have a fleece blanket. These actually, they're warm, yes, but they also wick moisture away from the skin. So if your pony's been working hard and he's been sweating and it's kind of a chilly day and you want to get him dry, one of the fastest way to dry him off is to use a fleece blanket because it wicks that moisture away from the skin. And then you have what are referred to as a winter rug or a winter blanket. These are really, really heavy. They have nice big hoods that come up right up the neck there. So they come all the way up and they keep your mini warm. They are for the depths of winter. It's freezing cold. Little guy's going to freeze. That's what those are for. Okay? So what are the benefits of rugs, of blankets? Hi, Arwen. What are the benefits? Well, if you have an older horse or you have someone who's underweight or is a really hard keeper, they are really good for keeping them warm because then they don't have to burn the extra calories to stay warm. So if you do have someone who needs help staying warm, that might be when you would use a rug. However, one of the problems is if your horse is always rugged, always blanketed, it is really easy to miss a change in condition. Okay, so it's really easy for your pony to get really, really skinny underneath that, especially if he's older or a hard keeper. So if you are going to use a rug and you're going to use it frequently, what you want to do is you want to make sure you are taking it off regularly so that you can examine your pony. One, you're going to want to groom him, but also just because you want to take a look at his condition and make sure he's not too skinny. Okay, now Shadowfax is in perfect form right now. If your mini horse gets too skinny, that's not good. I mean, too fat's not good either, and I'd rather err on the side of a little bit skinny than chonky, but still, a skinny mini is no good. So you do want to remove that rug and make sure that you are checking your miniature horse to make sure he is not losing weight or even not gaining weight unexpectedly. There goes Tequila. So you definitely, hi, smooches. So you definitely want to be checking for that. I love you too, mister. So just remember, if you are rugging regularly, you want to check to make sure their body condition is still acceptable. Other benefits are keeping the flies off. In a really bad fly summer, it is not a bad thing to have a fly sheet. Keeping the rain off. If it rains a lot, you might want to keep rain off them. That's important because a wet mini can be a cold mini, and some miniatures are more susceptible to the weather than others. Shadowfax is basically impervious to the weather, but not all miniature horses are impervious to the weather. He happens to be. If you have a light sheet, it keeps your pony clean, so that's another benefit. It also helps to polish the coat because those light sheets kind of rub against the coat and keep them looking real polished. And ultimately to keep them warm. Okay, having a good rug can keep your mini horse really nice and toasty warm in the depths of winter, and that can be really important to a lot of people, especially if you have a clipped pony because you show and your pony is clipped in the wintertime. You may be forced to rug, but we'll talk more about that next week. I did want to mention one of the things people sometimes use a rug for that does not actually work. Some people put a blanket on their horse in the spring to get them to shed out faster. The theory being if you increase the temperature of the horse, they'll shed out faster. They'll lose that winter woolies a lot easier and a lot earlier in the season. That doesn't really work. The reason it doesn't work is because the growing and the shedding of those winter woolies for a mini horse are typically triggered by light, not by temperature. So is there something to the temperature thing? Yes, of course there's a little bit to the temperature thing. I mean, horses down south get far thinner coats than horses here. What are you doing? You're not supposed to eat all that. It's like, I'm gonna. But horses down south get a much thinner winter coat than horses up here. Ours are fuzzy as heck because it's 40 below here for a lot of the winter. So horses get different. There you go. I'm just getting the mosquito off your face. But horses get different thicknesses of winter coats based on the temperatures, but the actual growing and shedding of it is triggered by the amount of light. So putting a rug on your horse to try to get him to shed out faster because now he's hot, that's not really going to work. So don't use them for that. Use them for all the other reasons I've said. Keeping the flies off, keeping them warm, keeping them dry. But don't try to use them to get your mini horse to shed out faster. That won't work. Anyway, we will come back next week and we will talk about whether or not you should put a rug on your pony at all. Because maybe you should, but maybe you shouldn't. Anyway, that's about it for us here today at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.